everybody, and welcome back to INTR 101. What I'm going to do today is give a quick overview of the final project. Keep in mind that the rough draft is due on February 12th at 11:59 p.m. So it's coming up here pretty soon. So what we're going to do is just quickly go over everything for that. So if you're logged into BB Learn, just head over to the Final Project tab, and you'll see a couple of things. You'll see the assignment page, an example, and then a place to submit your rough draft. So that rough draft is worth 30 points of the overall final project grade. So let's dive right in. So if you click on these, you'll get a PDF. So our first one is the actual final project description itself. So the point of this final project is to do a project proposal. The scene is that you're applying for a one-time grant to fund a professional development workshop for your current department and colleagues. So you can think about this as your current major, or maybe you're involved with an undergraduate research project within your college, you know, looking at the sort of people that are going to be in your major as well. And what you're going to have in your proposal is one workshop based on college success strategies. So this needs to include a title as well, and an explanation or justification for the topic selected and the applicability to the field, and that needs to be a minimum of 150 words. It says for each, there's just one mistake on my part. You need to identify and describe 3 objectives for the workshop, and that just means what do you want folks to get out of it or leave with. Then you're going to give an outline of the presentation. So what is it that you're planning on covering? What activities will be included? And then you need to name at least 3 tasks required for the actual content development for each workshop. So you can consider this like an action plan. It's the steps that you're going to take to get the workshop ready. So that might be a little bit confusing, so let's go over an example of it. So here's one. The person came up with the title of Time Keeps on Slippin' Slippin', and it's a college success workshop on time management. So the objectives, they have 3, are time management is different for everyone, finding a balance in your schedule when possible, and an individualized solution to incorporating dedicated time for breaks and daily tasks. So those are the 3 things that they want folks to pull out of it. Those are the objectives. For the outline, this person is going to first start out by asking the audience what/how they currently manage their time. Then they'll discuss what should go into a schedule, like classes, work, breaks, and study time. They'll discuss scale, whether that's daily, weekly, monthly, or semester. Then they're going to have folks try it out. They're going to have each student partner up and create a weekly schedule for each other. So they're going to kind of like swap them. And then they'll discuss the structure of their schedules and how hard it is for someone else to make your schedule. And then they're going to have students create their own schedules and discuss kind of the differences. They're going to discuss finding that work-life balance, you know, and that'll go over what challenges you run into. Do you ever struggle to take breaks, and kind of have a conversation around that. And then they'll finish the presentation with a discussion of prioritization, balance, and flexibility. So that's a good outline for what exactly will be covered in that presentation. And then the last component is the content development, or the second to last component. So these are the things that you're going to do before the workshop in order to make it all work. So what that looks like is they're going to research some different approaches to time management. So they have a lot of different things to offer. They want to gain some familiarity with the different electronic calendars used in higher ed, so whether that's Outlook or Google Calendar. And then they want to get an understanding of the demands of the audience. So before the actual workshop, they may survey the audience. And then they're going to develop some other pair and share activities. So we've got one activity already in the outline, but they're going to come up with a few extra ones. And then the last little bit is this justification. So word counted, it goes to a little over 150 words, which is great, but they're just telling you, like, why is this important to student support professionals, which is the audience in this case? Why should we care about this activity? Why is it something that people need to work on and need to focus on? So they're going to go through and explain why it is so important. So this is an example of what I'm expecting as kind of like an almost finished, almost polished version. So there's a couple of little spelling errors in here. This is an example from last semester. And that'll take a few points off the final grade, but overall this meets everything that I need out of your final project. So hopping back over to BB Learn, the rough draft, which is due again on February 12th at 11:59 p.m., so that's a Friday, is I need you to give me what topic your workshop is going to be on, the objectives of the workshop, so those 3 things, and then I need a rough draft of the outline, content development, and justification. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be all worked out, but I need to know at least what's going to go into there. So if your justification rough draft is just some bullet points, that's totally fine, but I need to have an idea of what those sections are. Now, one other thing to keep in mind, I mentioned college success strategies, like that's what it's on. That's what this workshop is about. A college success strategy is basically anything we've covered in this course. So, whatever kind of topic really struck you as important, whether that's study strategies or test taking or note taking, but also things like stress management and connecting with campus resources. So whatever strategy you think is most important to the folks in your field is something that you can talk about for this. And you only need to do one project proposal, so it should be pretty straightforward. But if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, either over the phone or by email, and I'd be happy to meet and discuss it with you. So from that rough draft, I'm going to give you some feedback, and then you'll need to incorporate that feedback in your final draft of the project. So I'll just go over everything, give you some tips or ideas of where to kind of improve some areas or some detail that you can include on it. And then I want to make sure that you're using that in the final draft. So if you have any questions, please let me know, but I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing your rough drafts on the final project.